Welcome back, guys, to the very first episode of something super exciting happening that we would like to call the Sunday Simcast. This episode is all about explaining what we're doing, what we're planning. My name is Alice, and as you can see, we have a very special guest with us. This is Weird Skies Net. He is the co-host of the thing. But before I ramble any further, I want to take it over to Weir, and he can explain what's going on.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the episode. So, the podcast is all about the good, the bad, and the ugly demos that are popping up on Steam in the simulation world. So, talking about exciting and upcoming games, we'll be diving into their Steam page, having a wee first look about them, what we think the game's going to be like, see a wee bit about the description, a wee bit of the trailer, and then we'll do a first impression breakdown of it. And then afterwards, we'll come back after we've played it and we'll break down the games and see if it lived up to the hype. Are they good? They bad? Should you play them? Should you not play them? 3 demos every month, folks. You've got to want to watch this one. So, the first demo that we have got that you're all going to be looking forward to is none other than a moving simulator. So, moving simulator. Looking at the page, right? We'll put obviously the description for the games in the page.
Yep.
Moving simulator is dive into the ultimate moving experience in moving simulator. Manage chaotic house moves, carefully pack belongings, load trucks, and navigate through hilarious disasters. Precision, speed, and creativity will make you a moving master. So it kind of looks like a kind of house flipper type thing, but you're not putting the stuff in. It looks as if you know what I mean, because house flipper, you kind of decorate the house and do it up the way you want it. But it kind of looks as if it's like that, but you're just adding everything to it.
It definitely looks really, chaotic, just looking at the very first video where there's, loads of stuff going on. I can see, the sofas being flipped over and all that kind of stuff, and also the XP. So I'm assuming there is a skill tree of some sort in the game. I do like a skill tree, so that definitely looks like it'll be a fun little addition. I
Aye.
don't know what they'll do, though, for moving a
Well,
house speed?
I think it'll probably be something similar to how House Flipper played, because House Flipper played, you got like XP and it allowed you to kind of like paint the walls quicker
Yeah.
or something like that. So I'm guessing it'll be something like that, or it might unlock like bigger moving trucks. So it
Mm,
looks, some of the screenshots, it looks as if you start off with a very, very small wee truck. So it
yeah.
could unlock like a kind of bigger, massive kind of like RV type truck
Maybe more
that you can
boxes for
do.
packing stuff in.
Aye, more boxes and things like that, quicker kind of things, and
Yeah.
can carry more things. So I'm guessing it's got to be something like that. The graphics on it look really, really good as
They
well.
actually do, don't they? They look really bright and colourful. Not too
Which
cartoon, which is always
aye,
good.
yeah,
I'm not so
which is
keen
good.
on the thumbnail, though. That graphics don't seem like it's meshing with the actual gameplay.
No, it looks a wee bit kind of. It's a generated one, you know. It's a generated
Yeah.
one to be fair.
Let's be honest.
um, but it does look as if it could be really, really fun. There is a lot of simulator games coming out now, right? Everybody knows that, right? We know that. That's why we're doing this
Yeah.
kind of podcast thing, right? Because
It
we've
definitely
got a
feels like a
demo for
cash
them.
cow at some points.
But there is ones that are really, really good when you start playing them, and these other ones when you play it, it's just like fundamentally broken because you know that
Mm.
they've just copied and pasted
Yep.
something else from a different game, and you're
And never
like,
done it better. It's always worse.
aye, and it's like this doesn't work right. It just doesn't. It should be a simulator, and you're like, no, right. So, aye, so that's the first game.
I'm actually
Is a
having a quick
moving simulator.
look to see if there is any other moving simulators on Steam. That's something I've not actually looked at before.
I don't
Because
know
I don't
actually
know, it's
moving.
not something I've heard of in this context. So I wonder if it's kind of like a new
Yeah.
thing. I mean, obviously we can pack stuff. There is like Lost But Found. There is loads of like packing, sort of more cozy, top down, I would say more tycoon rather than first person simulation. I
Aye,
can't really see
let's see
anything
who's
on the Steam
moving.
page, like any of Steam. So this could be something we've
There
never really
is
experienced.
a little game I've just found there actually
Okay.
called. This is one was out on the 1st of October 2024 called Moving Houses,
Moving
and it's a
house. Okay.
physics based game though about moving
Ah,
on
yeah.
orbit.
Okay, yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
it's not really kind of like a moving sim, so but it's that's something
Yeah.
slightly kind of different for it as well. But
Not quite the same. So yeah, this definitely seems like it's going to be its own sort of like little thing, which is
hmm
kind of interesting to try. It would be nice to see because I know there is like loads of chaos games. I can't remember the name of it, but there is one for like the Switch, which you can do two-player, and it's like maneuvering furniture through doors, and you break windows and you chuck
yep,
it in the
yep,
thing. But
aye,
I don't know how this is going to work in terms of moving a sofa by yourself. So I'm assuming that's where the skill tree comes into it. But
hmm
it'll be interesting to see how it works. I see there was a play test back in April. The demo was available on the 24th of July, so I'm assuming
yep.
they've hopefully taken on board stuff from the playtest. Playtests are always good. I do like a playtest. They're always a bit broken, but you kind of know what you're getting in for.
Well, yeah, it gives you a kind of overview of the game and what you're going to be kind of looking at coming going forward. So, aye, it'll be interesting that one.
It does
So
look good, yeah.
that's the first game. So
Should we talk
um,
about comic book store next? Because that
we
one, I'm a bit.
should, yes. Now, see, I'm looking forward to this one, right? I really like comic book shops and everything, like just
Mm,
proper geeking out and things
yeah,
like that, right?
I love them as
But
well in real life.
I think this one could be really, really good. But in saying that, right? So it says manage your very own comic book store and unlock over 70 plus comics, each having 5 volumes and unique art in this casual simulation game. Right now, aye, it looks no too bad, but the thing that annoys me about some of these games is right because it is like a simulator one, right, and you've got some of the basic things in it. Have the character faces for the folk that come into the shop look a wee bit more realistic and slightly better instead of just looking like they've just got one mesh and they've just pasted it on to like a female, a child, an adult, and things like that. So it's just and it's
Oh yeah,
slightly
I'm looking at the
skewed.
screenshot. There's the one behind the checkout, and there's like a
Aye, aye,
little. There's a guy there. It's. I
the
wouldn't
black
even say it's
suit.
uncanny valley. It's just
Aye,
kind
it's
of
just so
creepy. They're always really generic, but they're flat, and it's kind of
well,
weird.
aye. See, and I think that's the thing that gets me about a lot of these games, right? Because they all kind of follow the same kind of thing. You do things like that and set up the store, and then some of them can be really, really fun,
Yeah.
but other times it can just feel really, really samey because you're like, aye, it's not too bad. I mean,
Mm.
I played one like a wee while back. It was called it was like DVD Store Simulator. It was meant to be like a DVD store, like
Okay.
you're all kind of blockbuster and things like
Yeah.
that. I was like, oh, that's going to be really, really good. Run like an old kind of retro kind of video store and things. But it wasn't. It was just like a mad kind of like game store. So it was
Okay.
like you were just getting like games and then consoles and accessories. So it wasn't anything like it when you were playing
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, nah, it's kind
I
of
feel like these
it's
names are sometimes very like they try and pigeonhole it, but it never like lives up to what it is. Or
aye,
it's got the most generic name known to man. Like I have lost count how many supermarket sims there is. And then someone
oh yep,
asked you, have you played such and such sim? Is like, maybe. I've no idea
aye,
which one of the 700 supermarket
aye,
sims are.
aye.
And I'm
You
kind of
see,
concerned about this one looking at the thumbnails as you like from the Steam page that I've seen these assets before.
aye,
The checkout, not the check, well, maybe the checkout, I suppose. The actual shelving units are very generic. And I understand these
yep,
developers and stuff. There is
mhm,
obviously limitations on how much you can buy on an asset pack. But
yep,
at the same time, I don't know what the price point of this game's gonna be, but I don't know if I'd willingly pay for something I've seen before, rehashed, slightly reskinned, unless this has
aye.
something unique to
Well,
offer.
see, and that's the thing with a lot of these, right? A lot of these are just going to be the same game kind of rehashed, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's the same developer, but they just punt out different ones. One will be like a comic book store, the other one will be like a magazine shop, and it'll just be
Mm.
like a rehash one of the comic book, and you'll get another one that'll be like DVDs, and they're taking away the comics and putting DVDs and things like that in games, and it's like the same kind of wee kind of things, and it's like,
Yeah, so I see it is the publisher is Playway, which obviously they do a lot of simulation games. Sometimes they
Mhm.
publish stuff that is very mid. Sometimes there is the odd gem, but usually they're
Mhm. Yep.
rehashed. And
Yeah.
I don't know the better word
Aye.
for it. But I was looking at the actual developer. Um I cannot pronounce that. I'm not gonna try and butcher any names here. But I see that they did, I think they've done the laundry one, or is that somebody else? There is quite a few smooshed together ones to get you to buy it. I always feel a bit dubious about when they smoosh them
Yeah.
into
Aye,
package
so
deals
they've
because it's
done
like
yeah, so by the looks of it, they've done, like, um,
the laundry store sim
the
looks like what they've
laundry
done.
store,
I've played that. I
Laundry
don't know if
in
you have.
Miami. Yeah, no, I haven't played that one. I've played the Miami Hotel Simulator, but that again,
Okay.
that's a
Yeah.
different one.
So I know in the laundry store sim, um, it was actually not bad. When I came to the menus and stuff, it was alright. So that gives me a little bit of hope for the comic one. Also, they had a lot of really weird, like, side missions. It was more than just laundry, which in itself sounds
Yeah.
like a really boring concept, but it was more than that. There was other things you could do in it. So I'm
Mhm.
kind of hopeful that the comic book store is more than just shelf stocking and mindlessly serving
Yeah.
customers
I mean,
until you cry.
well, looking at the video for it, right? I'm just looking at the kinda wee bit of the video here. Obviously, you can watch out for thieves and things like that.
Yeah,
The wee kinda the kinda icons for the comics and things like that, like the detail in the comics, it looks not too bad. It does look
mm,
decent. Obviously, you can see that they're rip-off comics because none of these simulation games are the real ones
yeah,
because they'd get, like, taken down quicker
yep,
than anything really, to be fair. But it looks not too bad. I wonder, the thing that some of the ones normally get me on is the checkout bits. So some of the checkout ones, you can just click the items and then that's it. It's quick, get this money and then everything
yeah,
else. Other ones, you need to, it's like so many points and clicks into it. Like you need to do this and that, then you need to do this and that and that.
yep,
And it's adding extra clicks to something that doesn't need to be like that,
yep,
and it kinda puts you off playing it. You're like, "It's just taking too long." And then they release an update thinking it's got to fix it, and it doesn't fix it. They just keep it that way, and it's like it's kinda spoils the game because that full checkout experience just
it's
blows it kinda thing.
dull. And I don't
Aye,
know
it's
about, like, it's one thing, I suppose, for us as developers, not developers, content creators, we're sitting filming these things and you get to the point of, well, I've spent 5 hours on this game. I have like 20, 30 minutes of content because most of it is just stuck behind a checkout. And
aye,
nobody wants to watch that. I don't want to play that.
aye,
That's my,
yeah,
I guess
mm,
monotonous things are for some people, but it definitely isn't for me. And
aye.
I feel like at some of these games, the experience level that you need to be to unlock staff can be really annoyingly
Well,
high
yeah,
or
yeah.
expensive that ruins
Aye,
it.
aye, yeah. 'Cause I don't know what game it was I played last, and I was looking at it, and I was like, right, I know spending a lot of time just doing the checkout tasks. And I was like, you must be able to get staff now. And I looked at the staff, and you had to be like level 12 or something to get the staff. And I was
I ain't
only
got
on like
patient for that.
level 3 or 4, and it grinds. And because you need to get like so much money as well, you were making like maybe like 10, £15 a day profit, which was nothing. So you weren't
Yeah,
able to really expand anything in the store. And I was like, this is broken. You can't play for so long and just no one be able to buy anything other than the base stock that you've got for your store because you're not making any profit. Because if you put the prices up too high, then they don't buy it. So aye, there's definitely a fine line when you're playing these ones. So this one's got to be an interesting one, folks. I
yeah.
think this is going to be probably the most one where we'll be like, this is going to be hit or miss,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm hoping it's more than just the bog standard retail sim rehash, and it does have something else to make
Hmm.
it worth the time.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, the third game that we have got, folks, the third demo we've got is the Whims of the Gods demo. So this is like a top-down city building game. Um, so Whims of the Gods is a city building game where you can play solo or join forces in a co-op to shape an ancient civilization, manage people and resources, face divine challenges, and survive in an ever watchful gaze of the gods. Now, there was a game that was out like this years and years and years back. If anybody like loved like retro PC games or paid PC games back in the day, called Black and White.
Loved it.
Black and White was amazing. This is pretty much a new kind of version, more colourful, obviously,
I'm hoping,
but
yeah.
Black and White. Because Black and White, you kind of played like you build up a wee civilization, but you had your god
Yeah,
that could be good or bad. And if your god was bad, it would obviously done things to your civilization in
yeah,
the area. If it was good, it helped you get wonders and things like that as well.
yeah.
So I kind of think this could possibly. I'm hoping it could be something similar to that, and it does look as it
It
from the
looks
graphics as
good.
well.
It does
I
look good though, that's the thing. It's
I
colorful. It doesn't look blocky. Like, I feel like some of these
no,
games, indie games can go more into the blocky style. Because I suppose it's
aye,
easier to develop. But this actually
yep,
looks really
cheaper as
good. It
well.
looks clean. The grass actually kind of looks like grass, even though it's like sort of like painted on. It looks good. The
Yeah,
rock texture has moss. There's like loads of like graphically, it looks really interesting to play. I can see
aye,
that there's like a quest down the side. So
mhm,
obviously there's things to do. It's not completely
mhm.
sandbox. There is missions, I'm hoping, which is always good to drive you forward to play the game
Build a
more.
yeah, like, I'm just looking at something like Build a Bridge, unlock energy technology.
Mm,
So it's kinda like a mixture between Black and White and, like, Age of Empires, Empire
yeah,
Earth type kinda games where you start off with kinda like a wee kinda block civilization and the thing and the sticks. And then I'm guessing by the looks of it anyway, from the demo, you're going to build that up through the years and
yeah,
unlock the different things and technology trees and things, and then just see how it evolves. So kind of like the Age of Empires type
yeah.
thing as well, but it
It
looks
does look
really, really
good.
good.
One thing I'm kind of
Oh,
interested about this, I suppose, as an different element of obviously there's solo play, which I think there's not enough solo games, but though in the simulation it's very solo heavy, but sometimes you do want to play with friends. So
mhm.
there is the multiplayer aspect of a city builder, which I know is out there. I can't think off the top of my head any names of games that do that, but that I think in itself is going to be a really interesting how it plays out. I'm kind of
Aye.
interested if in the demo that's broken, because quite often that bit is usually broken.
Well,
Multiplayer bits, but I'm
aye.
wondering how much is actually unlocked that you can play with somebody else. I think that would be
Mhm.
really interesting to explore, and if my
Aye.
civilization would kill yours or vice versa.
No, aye, or does it work as if, like, if it's a multiplayer, does some person be, like, the god for that simulation?
Mm,
It can be, like, good or bad or something. I don't know
I think it'd be
if that's gonna be, like,
interesting.
an aspect in it. Cough.
But I'm also wondering, like, because it's this co-op, and it's online co-op, obviously, um,
Mhm.
how if it's you're working together or you will
Kinda like
battle each other.
well, aye, or if it's gotta be something similar to, like, Farming Simulator, where it's a co-op farm kinda thing.
Yeah.
Like, you kinda you manage and run your own kinda everybody can just join into that one farm and do tinker about and do whatever they need kinda thing, and
Just don't
then
know
go
how that
away.
would work in a city builder. So it would be kind of cool to see how it works, but I don't see how it would
A
work without one person
aye,
wanting to develop this area and use all the source funds, and then somebody else wants to make something else and uses all of this resource, and then you're
aye.
left not able to do anything because you've overstretched.
Well, I see, that's it as well. So it could go either way. I think it might be something that the kind of the co-op and the joining forces and the
Yeah.
online aspect of it is just like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Um, or it
That's
could
my
just be
fear.
or it could be like well, the co-op part of it anyway, but they could do it like multiplayer, like where you kind of like a command and conquer type thing. You build up your kind of like base, you build up your
Yeah.
kind of civilization, and then you just go online. You see yours, and they see yours, and just go into a map, and
Yeah.
then try and take out the other one. Your god can help you, and their god can help them, kind of thing. So it could be something like that as well, which would be quite fun because it'd be interesting to see what the powers the gods or the other gods would have to taken out like somebody else's civilization.
Yeah, there is
So
a skill tree I'm seeing a bit further down the page as well. Probably should have looked down this a bit more. There is a skill tree. I do love a skill tree, like I said.
mhm.
So there's play solo or in co-op, wherever you prefer to command alone or share the burden with a friend. The demo supports both. There is a little picture which I'll insert in this video that looks like people are playing together, like, but it looks like a split
Aye.
screen. Um, I don't know how I feel. I am so
See,
interested to see how this
I
works
don't
because I
know
don't get
if this.
it.
I don't know if the split screen aspect of it is just for the wee kind of picture. I think that might just
Yeah.
be for the picture, but um, experience first layers of the divine interaction system appeal to the gods for blessings or provoke their
It's
wrath.
so black and white coded. I
I,
love
I
that.
know
I
that
love
I
that
know
game so much.
and the black. I'm sure I've got black and white somewhere. I'm going to dig it out and do
I'm
a wee
sure
try
they've
and
tried
do
to
a wee.
rehash that game. I'm sure it's coming out as a different name now though, but I think they're trying to bring that back,
I
which is
had heard
exciting.
that as well. I had heard that they were re-releasing like a black and white kind of type thing. Somebody was going to do it again. I was like, oh yes, this is going to be awesome. So I'll dig that one out, folks, and I'll put that up somewhere as well. Um, but I think this one's going to be really, really good. So we will put the three demos that we're going to be playing this month, obviously, in a wee kind of description.
Yeah, they
And
will be linked below.
they will be linked below, so you can go and check them out in the Steam pages and things like that as well beforehand. And then, obviously, at the end of the month, we'll meet back up after we've played them. Well, obviously, we'll play them each other kind of thing. We'll release them during the month as well, so you can see them, what they're
I
like.
will link all of the demos and stuff that are coming out from each other. They will be
Mm.
linked on a playlist, so do keep an eye on the playlist as we play along the month with each thing, because obviously we are going to come together and we are going to discuss if it has lived up to any sort of expectation. Obviously, with the moving one, it's like, how does the skill tree work? With the comic book one, it's like, will this flop because it's just a generic retail, or how on earth does the co-op work in the Whims of the God? Like, I feel like there's loads of questions we have to
I,
answer
yeah,
here.
definitely. So we're going to have a lot of questions, folks. Probably more questions than answers just now. But, but hopefully by the end of it, we'll have the answers for you, or we'll
Yeah.
have a clearer picture of what those answers will
And
be as
obviously,
well.
these are all demos, so we do expect a little bit of jank when we come into this. Not everything will work. There might be limitations of what we can do. I do feel like demos are a really, really good way of exploring a game. I feel like some developers are really good at updating the demo because some of these are been around for a month now. So if they've listened to any feedback, they will be hopefully updated a bit better. But it will be interesting to see. Oh, there is a clear bug here. How did the developer, if we contact them, which I'm planning to do because I think that'd be an interesting way to see how they respond to community feedback. How will they implement change, or how do they approach the community? Because I don't know about you, Brian, but for me, I would rather buy a game that is community focused. If they listen to me,
Yep.
I'm hell of a lot more likely to spend
Oh,
money on
aye,
them.
yeah.
Whereas if I'm swept under the rug, so was the game.
Well, there's been some ones as well, right? I played like a horror demo a wee while back, and oops, got it for like Keymailing and things like that. And I played it, and then I was like, it just kind of cut off at the end. There was like no end to it or nothing. I was like, that's a
I
bit
think
weird.
I played that one.
I can't even remember the name yet again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You walked downstairs and there was like a jump scare
Aye,
and it had the really weird ending that didn't go anywhere.
aye, right, yeah, exact one, right. So I left a comment on it. I
I'll
left a
leave
thing
the
saying,
name
right,
here.
aye, we'll find it, we'll put the name right, you can check it out, right? But I left a comment on the Steam page for the developer. I was like, the graphics are really good. The story, it looks as if it could be good. I went, but the story just means nothing. There's
Yeah.
so many aspects that you've just left. Like, there's this bit of it here. that you just there's nothing told about, and then there's this, and then it just cuts off. And the developer replied back, "Well, it's a lot of work to do, and I do this and that, do everything else." I was like, "Look, mate, I'm just giving you the feedback on the demo. This is what hangs you. This is the price point you're charging. It's no worth it just
Yeah.
for that 25-minute worth of gameplay to just cut off with no story kind of thing." And it's just you
I do
build
feel they
it.
can be a bit you can be so
Aye,
caught up, no matter what industry, you can be so caught up in
aye,
your passion product project that
aye,
feedback does become hurtful to them. But I do think in the gaming industry, listening when somebody tells you X, Y, and Z is more helpful if it's
mhm,
correctly done and constructive. Like, if you come to us with your game, we will try it. We will give you our thoughts. You can
aye,
see what us playing it, especially like this
aye.
horror one we're talking about. You
I
you
found the
put your
name.
game out for people to look at and wanted
Aye,
us to play it. Don't get snarky.
aye. Well, I found the name of it,
Oh,
folks.
that's what I
Right,
was looking for too.
so the name of it was Death Omen.
That's it. Yeah. They
Death
did
Omen.
redo it though. They did go back and check it, and I watched somebody else play it, and it was just like, really?
Aye, aye.
That's
The
not worth
added
the
in like
hype.
aye. Well, he says that it's like, well, we've redone this bit and we've added a new section. The new section was like another 5-minute
It
thing
made no
where you
sense to
walked about
me.
the loft and doing something. And again, it was a completely different wee story and made no sense to the actual thing. You're like,
Yeah.
that made it more confusing. So, but
Anyway,
hopefully we don't. No,
no
hopefully
offense. Anyway.
we don't get any of that when we're playing these
Yeah.
demos, folks. They do look really, really good, and definitely tune into the kind of videos that we
Mhm.
will put out throughout the month, and you can check them out as well, folks.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah,
so
I'm kind of excited how this is going to go. Obviously, this is the first episode of hopefully a long series. If you do want to see us trying any game or have you any opinions or whatever, please do leave them in like the comment section down below. We're quite happy. See, here's my voice going already. I'm already getting a bit. We are always
I've
happy
been
to
coughing on it
try
already.
out other games. If there's a game in particular that you've seen that it's like, I don't know if I want to spend my time on that. We probably will because we are chronically online and playing games. Whether it's
Mhm.
via live stream, we can let you know. But we're always quite happy to talk to you guys. Obviously, we want this podcast to involve you guys. If you do have questions, play along with us. We will be obviously posting up like the response to these demos, and next episode we'll be talking about these demos. But I don't know for Brian because obviously he is himself. But I will be after the episode is put out. If you're watching this, hello, I will be live after and we can talk about this. I'm not sure if we will. It's up to him. It's up to him. His links are all going to be down below. Please do go check out his channel. Make sure you give him all the love and support and everything too. We are just two people with amazing passion for simulation games, tycoon games, and city builders, and we want to share that love with you guys. Hence why we're kind of doing this. But there we go. I am rambling as per usual. I do not shut up when I get on a roll. But anyway, that's
It's all
that's
good,
it.
folks. By all means, as I said, I will talk about it. Obviously, I've got the
Yeah,
TikTok, so I'll put like wee kind of videos and things like that out of the TikTok. I'm not doing as many lives as like normal. Normal was doing like 4 lives a week, but kind
yeah,
of with work and life and recording
yeah,
content creation, it's like a fine balance. So I'm like, I'm going to push my YouTube more, to be fair. So
yeah,
I'm doing kind of more content creation for that. So, but the videos will be up. Um, Probably this week, next week. Some of the videos, or at least one or two of the videos, will be up this week.
yeah,
And you can check them out. I will put them under a new playlist and probably the first look series as well, so you can check them in
yeah. So
either
I'm
one
gonna
of the
link all the playlists, all of the videos for you guys watching to make it easier. This series will be put in a podcast playlist, and then also a podcast, then games, then the follow up podcast, so you can see the full from start to finish as it goes along, which is also going to be really exciting. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this, and hopefully for you guys are too. And yeah, Welcome to the new Sunday Simcast, guys. Woo!
Wow, that's happening.